It's dinner time. Not for you. Just because you stand on the grain bin doesn't mean you get grain. You look like you have babies in there, and I really don't think you do. They're all huge. That's not your bed. That's supposed to be where you eat, and you're using it as a bed and breakfast, actually. How ingenuitive to use the salt block as a little stand. Good girl. Okay, obviously the donkeys are starving to death. I can see their bellies hanging below the dang plank. I'm coming. Bella, I don't need help, actually. Okay, well, you got to move out the way first, okay? What? That was too much. No, this isn't for you. Okay, there you go. There you go. Buttercup is just waiting for me to open this up. Okay, well, these turds are a little mean to Squirt sometimes, so I'm going to feed them first, Sebastian. Be a gentleman. You know what? Heck yeah. Do that to Janice. Janice is the only one I'm like, she could use a beating. And then Squirt, I just fed them, so they're all preoccupied over there. Oh, look at your braid. Did your girls come see you today? It looks like it. Okay, so we're actually feeding him a smidge more. I talked to an equine nutritionist, and we feed Essential K, which is the ration balancer from Tribute, and it has really high protein but not a lot of calories, which is really good for donkeys and miniature horses who don't need the extra calories, but they still need the nutrients from the grain. And we feed them hay and salt blocks and all those things. And so with Squirt not being gelded and with him still being growing, it feels wrong to do, but feeding him a little more of the grain with a little higher protein content will actually help with that belly. So that's, I was always just told minis live off of air. Your initial thought process is to feed them less, but that's actually not true. It is true with like forage, they still need hay, they still need stuff like that, but like they don't really need grass. I hate that I still have grass right now. By now, usually I don't have to worry about having grass. But yeah, so he's fed over here so that he actually gets something, because mean Janice and Gretchen and Sebastian don't let him have any. And then same thing with like Janice. Janice is cooking a baby in there, so she actually needs a little extra, especially a couple months before she foals. And then Gretchen over there is still growing. She's almost 2, so kind of same thing. The only one that really doesn't need a whole lot is Mr. Sebastian, but he's gonna feel left out. So, and when it comes to my asses, I am more and more convinced that there's a baby cooking in there. I know Dr. Matthew will be out here very frequently here soon, and so I just didn't want to like pay the vet call for him to come out just to do an ultrasound when I wouldn't, at this point in her pregnancy, I would not change anything that I'm doing for her. So we shall see with Miss Dorothy if we just missed it. Like, she was with a jack up until the day that she came to my farm. So if she had been bred, under 30 days before she came to me, could have just missed it. So there was feeding time. Dinner time's over. It's Monday, which means it's time to crown this week's problematic foal of the week. For those that don't know, every single Monday, we look at the problematic foal, horse, and mini from the previous 7 days. Sometimes the reasoning is just really random. Sometimes they're just blatantly problematic by being either mean to their pasture mates, mean to their humans. They might have had a super stupid vet bill or just been really inconvenient. This week, I'm not gonna lie, everyone was pretty unproblematic, which is why this week's winner, not necessarily winner, but crownee, is Bob. Bobby, you are so pretty, and you were so super duper sweet when your mommy and daddy came and visited you. She is gonna be heading to North Carolina here very soon. Do you want that top hay, girl? Good Lord. So like I said, it was a really unproblematic week, and so I kind of had to dig at the bottom of the barrel for something problematic, which is why Bob comes to mind. Because when we weaned Bobby, she was weaned with Moose. Now, Moose, hold on, he's a big boy. He's a big fella, and he has been very patient and kind to Bobby. But during the transition of not being with her mom anymore, not nursing anymore, she has decided that Moose is her nurse mare. She has decided that Moose is who she will get comfort from by way of attempting to nurse him. Nurse him. You heard me? And that is just inappropriate, and that is just unnecessary. What are you hollering at me about? Good Lord, Hilda. I'm here. Okay, I gotta give her a little attention first. So when she goes to her new home, I do know for a fact that she has a little buddy that she's going to get to hang out with that's a little bit older than her, but you're going to have to maintain some boundaries. Her new friend might not be quite as accommodating and kind as Moose here, and Moose has honestly been getting fed up with it. He's been kicking her a little bit. Such is his right. So you can watch Bobby grow up with Taft Dickerson show horses on socials as she moves on to her new home and her new friends. And hopefully she will be broken of this habit of attempting to nurse on her fellow friends. But it was enough to win her problematic foal of the week.